Welcome and thanks for joining me for Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is Journeys in the Stolen Lands. We are going to continue on our quest to take care of errands. We've got a few new locations that have popped up, so maybe we'll check those out, but we need to run back to Tuskdale and pick up Lindsay and then take her to the Swamp Witch's hut.
I feel tired.
For Bruin's tired here. I think we can make it home. We need to take her down there to investigate the cart with her printing press stuff in it. No, I'm not going to camp. We're almost home. Okay, we've got a visitor here in our throne room. Ragongar wants to talk. Listen, Kane, remember about recruitment? Well, I did that. We have the numbers, but there's no one to command them. Ragongar spits through his fangs. We need to find someone these dimwits will fear and obey. Me alone is not enough. You know who we should make commanders, not those boneheads from Brevoy who dance around with their pig stickers. No, we should hire spellcasters instead. Our regular bone-breaker troops won't whisper a word against a wizard. They're too afraid of getting lightning thrown in their face. And just imagine what terror they'll bring to the battlefield. Not like those sword lords. Coral mopped the floor with them. Okay, he wants to hire some spellcasters. Sounds good to me. Great, a couple of fried troublemakers and the rest of your soldiers will toe the line. So we get some arcane. And who's this? Canera? Yeah. Sweet smile plays on the tiefling's lips. I came to discuss something that rulers love more than the sun in the sky, and subjects hate more than the plague. That thing that fills a state with strength, that golden honey that diligent bees carry to their master's treasury. Yes, I'm here to discuss taxes. Nobody has any more doubts that your power is here to stay. No one has any illusions that your throne will be knocked over by the first gust of the wind, or that these lands will ever be open to gangs again. And that means your subjects are ready to wear the heavy yoke of taxes. Of course, some will grumble, but that's to be expected. We'll first spend the taxes of the obedient on pacifying the ones who rebel. You've done a fine job seizing power, now it's time to enjoy its fruits. I suggest we double the taxes. Wow, double, okay. Pay BP, lower taxes. Nah, we're not going to do that. Raise the taxes by a third. Double the taxes. Unrest state worsens. High taxes. Any problem which the treasurer fails will reduce economy by 1. Jeez, Canera, I don't think we can do that. I think we're going to have to play this a little bit safer. I mean, the BP would be... Wow, I mean... What does Kane want to do, though? As opposed to what I want to do. I just don't know if we can manage this. We don't need more unrest, that's for sure. And then a reduction on our economy anytime we fail. Plus 2 BP per week. That's about 100 BP a year. Which is 8,000 gold. Nah, it's not worth it. As much as Kane would like to do this, we're gonna keep a little bit of a level head here and raise taxes by a third. I think this will be fair. Just a third. Such caution is commendable. Sometimes raising taxes can lead to riots, but believe me, your sheep aren't starving. They have much more wool to give. All right. Sorry, Canera. Oh, everybody wants to visit. Christian? Kane, spare me a few minutes. You are the ruler of these lands, and I don't dare tell you what to do, but I just can't stand silently and watch what's happening behind your back. There are rumors on the streets of a savage goddess enraged by your appearance in her lands. They say she cursed you, and now you bring woe and death to everyone around you. This used to be just idle talk, but now, when we're surrounded by so much death and suffering, the people are ready to truly believe it. And it seems that someone is playing upon your subjects' fears. I saw barkers in the streets telling citizens of a prophet who is building his own kingdom. According to them, the goddess stands ready to grant forgiveness to any who cleanse themselves of the curse. But this cleansing is accomplished through a terribly cruel death. These horrific deaths involve a wild beast appearing from inside the body, and they think it's a blessing. Okay, so this is the start of this whole monster thing. That insane old man Remus, he also spoke of some goddess. True, Jod told me of that preacher. Who knows? Perhaps his words touched people more deeply than anyone imagined. What is this kingdom the prophet is building? Christian shrugs. I only heard fragments of the conversation. I think it's not a kingdom exactly, more like a community or a cult. I'm afraid that we'll need to find one of their barkers and ask them if we wish to find out more. Okay, I cannot allow my subjects to be taken in by such nonsense. I shall deal with these provocations immediately. Christian nods enthusiastically. Good. Perhaps after uncovering this mystery, we will find out more about the nature of the curses hanging over the stolen lands. I mean, there must be a reason that these cultists shout about you receiving the goddess' punishment. If we wish to understand, we must find one of those barkers and learn from them all we can. Sadly, these street preachers scare quite easily and avoid our guards. I'll begin my search without delay. When you find time, look for me on the streets of the capital. I hope that when we meet, I will have already found someone who can tell us more about this strange goddess and her followers. We do have some stuff here at the kingdom table, so I'll check in there. It may just be all those people that wanted to
My life
talk.
is a burden.
Yeah. Oh, this was okay. Ragongar was successful with the merchant caravan. Merchants were very happy with the hunt that the general organized. Our military and economy are doing pretty well. Tragedy at the mine. Triumph. Nice. Some of the merchants agreed to the treasurer's pleas, but others still refused to lower their prices. Alright, we talked to the general. We talked to Canera. We talked to Tristan. Return of the past glory. Success. Okay, we finished fortifying Oleg's. Nice. Alright, we've got a couple new things here. Let me look at these and then we'll get those going. Okay. We've got a couple things to get started here, and then we're going to actually rank up our economy. We would actually have enough gold to buy the BP that we would need to add the new region. But if we do that, I won't have anything left. And we won't be able to do anything with the settlement there yet. So I'm going to hold on a little bit longer, try to build up a little bit more BP. We can take care of that because we do have some other projects I'd like to get started. The research on curses, but I don't want to spend that BP yet. We're going to get these started. We've got howling wolves breeding at a surprising rate. The local forests are full of ravenous beasts, and there's not enough quarry to feed them all. The starving wolves howl at night to gather into packs and attack the villages. Putting Ragongar on this. And then putting Lander on an amazing discovery. Some foreign treasure hunters found an amazing artifact at a dig site. It would be nice to obtain it, but how? Got those two going, and those will actually both complete while we do this. Okay, we ranked up economy. We're up to rank 3 now. And then these two things finished. Failure with the howling wolves. Soldiers tried to ambush the wolves, but the beasts proved amazingly clever. While some of them distracted the soldiers near the palisade, another group found their way into the settlement, killed all the cattle, and escaped. It's hard to believe that ordinary wolves could be capable of such sophisticated tactics. And an amazing discovery, success. The advisor persuaded them to hand over the unique discovery. After all, it's an integral part of the land's cultural heritage. We've got some community for that. And then we picked up some new things. So let me look at those. Okay, we've got 2 more things here, and then another rank up of our military. So We've got an opportunity for cheap publicity. A group of bards offered to praise their ruler for a modest fee. I think we've had this one before, this playthrough. We're putting Lander on this. And then, in the name of the law, volunteers from Brevoy who would make welcome reinforcement for the guards if they could be persuaded to join the ranks. Christian's going to work on that. And then we're going to start up supporting the general's endeavors to rank up our military. And after a couple more weeks, we're going to be actually really close to what we need to purchase that new region. So we'll run this through, and then we'll be able to do that. Okay, military, rank 3. And okay, we've got problems at Bald Hilltop again. Wow, that went by quick, seemed like. It's our final chance to prepare. 2 weeks. Success with the publicity. The bards listened carefully to the advisor's suggestions, and then they took to the road. Now songs of praise can be heard in taverns across the barony. Nice. And triumph with in the name of the law. We were approved and hired. They were approved and hired, and their help will come in handy. They have written glowing letters back home describing the warm welcome they received. The reputation of the young barony continues to advance. All right. What else now here has popped up? Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, this... Oh, this is not the monsters. Devastating raids. Alright, let me look at these. Okay, we've got raids. People have begun to disappear from the area. Today, one of the missing was found in the forest. She'd escaped from a gang of half-orc slavers from the hold of Belkzen. The roving camp must be tracked down and wiped out. Ragongar is going to work on that. And then we have a visitor in the throne room. Okay. It's Willis. A plump man in his 30s approaches you. Funny, plump man. He looks pretty ripped in his portrait there. His hair is untidy, road dust covers his worn clothes, and his boots have seen better days. The stranger speaks to you in an unusually high-pitched voice. Your Grace, I demand justice. Crime in the barony is on the rise. The man shakes his clenched fists, then drops his hands helplessly. In open daylight I was tricked, robbed, and if that weren't enough, humiliated. A gang of local thugs tricked me into trusting them. They found out about my possessions and disappeared with my treasures. Sent them to the island on Candlemere some time ago, and they just vanished into thin air. I beg you, find these scoundrels and retrieve my treasure. I'll pay a handsome sum to be sure these villains are brought to justice. Who are you? Willis Gunderson, Your Grace. I'm a scientist, an explorer, an adventurer, and a renowned expert in treasures and artifacts of virtually every era and culture. Jubilast eyes Willis up and down. So many titles for a single piece of mediocrity. Willis blushes and pretends that he just noticed the gnome. Sir Narthropple, you're here. What a nice surprise. Oh really, in case you hadn't noticed, I've been here from the start. Or perhaps after the open lecture in the foray Logos and Absalom, you've lost not only the rest of your mind, but also your eyesight. Willis straightens his jacket indignantly and lifts his chin. I see your manners haven't improved since last we met. Well, happily, I no longer consider you the beacon of knowledge you once were. You can joke however you like. I am above such discourse. Jubilast grins. The only thing that puts you above me is your size, Willis. And even that isn't so impressive for a human. Willis' face turns dark red and his eyes start to twitch. Pressing his lips tightly, he turns back to you. Tell me about those who tricked you. They were a trio I hired to retrieve my possessions from Candlemere's island. Turned out to be a bunch of tricksters. You must know the place. In the center of the lake with the ancient temple ruins. So they took my money, jumped into the boat, and whoosh, gone with the wind. So many days have passed and not a single word from them. And they had the nerve to call themselves a paladin and a cleric. Scum is what they really are. Willis stamps the ground in anger. Can you tell me more about them? A ranger, a paladin of Iori, and a cleric of Nethys. You know, that two-faced god. Frankly speaking, that one gave me creeps from the very beginning. Half of those servants of Nethys are real psychos. Today they agree to help you, and tomorrow they change their minds at the drop of a hat. And this one played his tricks on me too. paladin and a cleric who willingly took a job running errands for you? Sounds strange if you ask me. Willis mulls over your words for some time. You know, Your Grace, when I mentioned the old temple, they exchanged a glance, like I was talking about some hidden treasure. I was such a fool. I should have realized from the start that they had their own agenda. You don't seem like a local. Why would you keep these possessions of yours on the island in the middle of Candlemere Lake? Willis bites his lip as if caught doing something wrong. Well, you see, these aren't exactly my possessions right now. It's just I learned from the locals about the ruins of an ancient temple on the island. And everyone knows where there's a temple, there's always the hope of some treasure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you believe that some sacred relics from the temple of an unknown deity belong to you? By what right? By the right of finding. I dug up all the stories about the temple. I hired the crew. I pointed out where to start the search. Besides, no harm done. No one ever really goes there anyway. There aren't many volunteers willing to visit a cursed island. Noticing the change in your face, Willis restrains himself. Oops, I'm just talking gibberish. Heard some gossip somewhere, and here I am, spilling it all on you. Man utters a phony giggle, then gulps. It's nothing, Your Grace. Just a big fat load of nothing. Some empty talk about someone sacrificing someone else there. And as for the ghostly lights, I'm sure there's a rational explanation for that. Same with the flash of light over the ruins. Which deity was this temple dedicated to? Who cares? Willis interrupts himself and sighs. I don't know, I never asked. All I heard is that long ago the locals used to perform some rituals there dedicated to some ancient deity. Jubilast. Some rituals, some ancient deities, now that's what I call getting into details. Deep in knowledge like that, you could easily write a book. You could call this opus magnum of yours some encyclopedia. Well, someone offered sacrifices there, and I suppose we're not talking about animal sacrifices. Willis shrugs reluctantly. The locals say things, something about that being why the place is cursed. What ghostly lights are you talking about? The lights were strange, you know. They were brighter than fireflies and different colors. You can see them even from the shore. During the day, they're barely visible, but at night, people say they're the restless souls of those who met their deaths on the island. Failed Arcana check. You're not sure what Willis is talking about. Maybe the island is really haunted with the spirits of the deceased? You mentioned a flash of light over the ruins. Did you see it with your own eyes or just hear about it from someone else? I saw it with my own eyes, and just recently. Almost blinded me, like half the island suddenly burst into flames. When the locals saw it, they fell to their knees and started to pray. They said that the old god had returned. Dimwits, what else would you expect from them? Jubilast says the king of dimwits. Okay, I guess that's all we need to know about the island. Alright, we'll try to figure it out. Willis sighs relieved. Praise Desna, don't let those scoundrels leave with my treasure. If you manage to learn something new, please let me know. I'm staying at the tavern in the center of town. That's where I'll wait for good news. Okay. Now we actually have a reason to go to Candlemere Lake. I was thinking that's where Tig was, but I was a little bit ahead of myself. Okay. Well, we know we've got issues at Bald Hilltop. We need to take care of fairly immediately. But I do want to go back in here to the kingdom table because I think we should be able to claim that new territory now. Oh, this takes 2 weeks though. So maybe we need to go to Bald Hilltop before. It still says we have 24 days. I think since we got that pop-up about it, I think we can go ahead and go there, which I'm inclined to do just to take care of that. Then we'll come back here and do other things. We're kind of off the plan I had of grabbing Lindsay and going to get the printing press stuff, but we'll have time to do that later. Oh, I probably do need to visit the merchant before we leave. So we'll do that, and then we'll catch up from there. Okay, we took care of selling a bunch of stuff that we'd picked up at the Tenebris Depths that we've been carrying around, and bought some camping supplies. So we're gonna go check out Bald Hilltop before we do anything else. Okay, so we went to Bald Hilltop. There was nothing happening there yet, so we're back home. We're gonna see if we can add that new region, and I think by then things are probably going to be ready at Bald Hilltop. I'm never quite sure. We always get that warning about Bald Hilltop, but then it's like that's not actually, not quite time for it yet. I just don't want to accidentally miss it. But we should have, yeah, we just need to buy a little bit of BP here. Okay, we're going to start the claim here on the South Gnarl Marches. That's going to take 2 weeks, so by then I'm guessing Bald Hilltop is going to be, there's going to be issues there. Yeah, see, we're taking stat damage now because of that, even though we went to check it out. Claimed South Gnarl Marches. So I'm going to check on all these new events we've got, and then I think, yeah, we're going to have to go to Bald Hilltop then. Okay, well, this is how it always seems like everything just starts happening all at once in this game. We've got the problem with the beasts. We're going to put Canera on that. It always feels like on this quest, or this event, that our success chance is really low on it. But I'm not sure, like, we're going to go take care of the actual problem there with the beasts. I don't want to waste a crisis point if we don't need to. So I think I'm just going to start it up. It's only 45%, but I kind of want to actually just see what happens even if we fail one of these. It feels like almost like they're auto win. I've never failed one before, but I have spent crisis points in the past to bring up the chance. So we're just going to let that one go at 45 and see what happens. And then we're putting Jod on this Art of Making Friends. Large caravan stopped at the capital. Its masters, etc., major merchants of Andoran. It's time to show them some hospitality. And Lander on the mysterious cult, promoting idleness and debauchery, which has emerged in the region. This deprivation must be stopped. And Tristan on the bumper harvest. This year the gods smiled upon the peasants. The grain crops are doing well and stocks are bowing to the ground under the weight of the food they bear. Such fortune is rare. Who will decide what to do with sudden wealth? I just noticed we have a new project here. Okay. The last one here we've got is someone in the throne room, so we're going to go talk to them. Lander, has anyone told you the bad news? No, I guess I have that honor. We have a new problem. An invasion of wild and hungry magic creatures. There have already been casualties, and if we dally, there will be more. We have to find the hellhole they're crawling out of and seal it. Otherwise, you risk becoming a ruler with no subjects, I'm afraid. The bright side is we've got an unexpected ally. Embeth travelers have offered to help us thin the monster's ranks. I suggest combining business with pleasure and inviting some guests from neighboring countries to participate in our little hunt. How does that sound? Okay. Yeah, I remember this hunt. Who are these Embeth travelers, and what would they ask for their help? Embeth Forest is south of your domain. It's a dangerous place swarming with wicked fae and other magical creatures. Embeth travelers are renowned for their mastery of eliminating such threats. They don't ask for much, compensation for traveling expenses, and the right to keep any trophies they hunt down. This seems a fair price to me. Who will we invite for the hunt? We need to establish connections with our closest neighbors, Pidax and Mivan. I'll invite someone from King Irvedi's inner circle, as well as some Aldori sword lords from Mivan. Why not invite Irvedi himself? He would most likely reply with a polite refusal. Once he stepped foot in your lands, he'd find himself at your mercy. Iravetti is a treacherous old fox, and he'd expect nothing but similar treachery from others. Aldori from Mivon? I thought sword lords were from Brevoy. Mivon is mostly controlled by the Aldori exiles. They descend from those who preferred to flee when Korol the Conqueror arrived in Restov with his dragons. I would advise against reminding them of that shameful story. How would you describe the relations between Mivon and Pidax? Typical for the river kingdoms, they have an armed-to-the-teeth truce with regular skirmishes along the border. They have many mutual issues, but they won't grab for their swords as soon as they see each other, especially not on neutral ground. Alright, invite the guests. I'll give the necessary orders immediately. Hunting Lodge has been revealed. Okay. And who's this? Dragon. Ah, okay. It's because we claimed that new region. This is the artisan from that area. A young dwarf in worn-out clothes shows you a scroll of fine paper with an expensive seal. He speaks ceremoniously like a herald. Greetings, my name is Dragon Waradash. I come to you, your grace, with a request, or to be precise, to receive compensation. The Road of Shields used to run through your lands. It was built, among others, by my ancestors, members of the noble Waradash clan. This means they still own it, even though they were driven from these lands. According to all law, if a bandit takes my father's house and kills him, the house still belongs to me. So I've come for what's mine. Here, take a look. This scroll contains a list of expenses for building the Road of Shields, the cost of laying the stone, draining, cutting fire breaks, and so on. You and your people have lived for a long time on lands that lawfully belonged to my people, making free use of the fruits of someone else's labor. Would you now please pay for the work my ancestors did? I, Dragon Waradash, humbly demand compensation for those who are no longer able to collect. I do not ask for gold. It's better that you give me a house with a shop, which will cost as much as the sum in the scroll. You see, I'm a blacksmith, and I'm used to earning my living honestly, but I can't work without a shop. As soon as I get what's mine, I'll open the shop right away. Then you'll have at least one decent blacksmith. Bladesmith. Okay. My advisors will check your calculations to the digit. Unfortunately, they already have a great deal to do as it is, so the gods only know when they'll have time to look at your petition. The dwarf opens his mouth to say something, then clearly can't find the words. He huffs indignantly, shifts from foot to foot, then finally turns away, defeated. Okay, I hope that doesn't mean that we lose him as a artisan.
Hunting together with foreign guests not only helped solve the problem of rapidly multiplying magical animals, it also improved our relationships with our neighbors. But little did we know that this innocent fun would be the start of a real catastrophe.
Okay, so this monster thing is gonna start developing. I am disappointed by responding to Dragon that way, if we locked ourselves out of that. Does that show up in here? That's what I don't like about the lawful evil responses. Like, we still want a good bladesmith. I guess I should have answered him differently. Well, okay, I guess we just deal with it. We need to go to Bald Hilltop, and since I was all prepared to head that way once before, we're gonna do it again. And hope. Now, last time the Bald Hilltop fight was pretty difficult. I'm hoping this time goes a little better. Alright, we're here at Bald Hilltop. Alright, we've actually got a portal here this time. See what we got. Get Alvar out here. Okay. We got Quick Boar. He just came out of nowhere. Then a bear like treant. Alright, let's get inspiration going. And haste. I feel like since last time we were here, we have quite a bit more at our disposal. So we'll hope we can do a little better job than we did against last time. It was a bunch of spiders, and it took me like, I think 3 tries to even beat it. Delay Alvar, just to after Treant. Kane, take care of this boar. Nice. I hope the tree ant doesn't come in here to Kane. Alvar's right there. We've got Venom Wolf. Great. Yeah, poison, of course. They're just appearing right here next to us as well. Okay, we want to get Alvar out here. I'd like to get Enna up there with him. Fortunately, she's gonna take an attack of opportunity probably from this wolf. Chaotic, so we could do a protection from chaos. I think that would make sense here. Fortunately, Alvar's out of the circle now. Oops. Let's remove him up here. See if that gets everybody. Yeah. I'd really like to get Enna up there. Alvar is gonna need the support. But we do have issues right here. We better just attack this Venom Wolf.
Die! Ha!
Yeah. Alora. Actually, in a decent spot here. Do color spray on... Shoot. I wish the icons for the rainbow pattern and color spray weren't the same. Kane was tripped. I didn't notice that until just now. Alright, let's see if we can hit these two with the Thunder Call. Good, okay. Now Leopard, let's take care of this one. One more. Good. Now Kane will be able to get back up. Alright, we've got our Faye out here already. Lost sister. Usually they're the last one to come out of the portal, I think. Get Kane back up. Maybe kill this thing right here. Could one-shot it.
You've made your choice.
Yeah. Alright, so far this is going better than the last time we were up here. As I say that as Alvar just gets hammered. Can we reach him to heal? Oh, we can get Enna up there. That'll help.
Let the attack commence!
I don't know what this nymph is going to start doing. Usually it's not good. Throw a fireball in here. Oh, the one thing I actually noticed on a little hint on a loading screen, I didn't know until then that wizards could learn they could add a spell to their spell book by right clicking here and selecting copy to spell book. So I did that with the protection from energy communal spell. So now we don't have any of them memorized, but she actually has that as an option. It'll be nice when we get to like all those will-o-wisps at Candlemere. Oh man, we've got more Smilodon-like tree ant. Oh, that's the one that was over here. So we've got a Smilodon, a bear-like tree ant, and then this summoned leopard. As long as they're all grouped up here, I think we need to keep doing thunder calls on them. Unless you could hold person. Just like the AoE, and if we could stun one or two of them, that would be bonus. The bear is close to dead. Leopard, attack this woman. Leopard. Kane.
So it comes to this.
They keep coming back here and attacking Kane. Need some healing for him.
Now I am angry.
Is. Alright. Bruin. Oh, man. Let's heal Alvar. Anna.
May I see your entrails, please?
Oh, really wanted to hit that thing. Okay, I think we've got the fireballs. We could try the rainbow pattern. Potentially daze all of them. Maybe we need to give that a shot. It's only enemies, right? Yeah. Okay, we did get at least this one. Fortunately, that's the one closest to dead, but that means we can attack the other two. This one won't bother us for a little while. Start moving her up in case we want to get in there closer for color spray or something.
Is all this blood mine?
Dang it.
Never thought I had that much.
Oh, they can just brutalize us. One turn. We could try the hold person. I think I'm gonna hit these two, the Thunder Call. Send Leopard around to the Lost Sister. Let's get some shots in on her. Maybe distract her a little bit. The Kane, really, I probably just need to drink a potion. As much as I'd like to get him in there into the fight. That didn't do much of anything for him. Let's bring him around here so Bruin could heal him potentially. Alvar also needs healing. He could still attack this one.
I don't like you.
It's unfortunate that Anna had to go down. Let's see. We need a bigger heal. Let's use one of these. Okay, Alora, we really need some good damage out of her. Could try the Phantasmal Killer. Fireball is just like, we know we're gonna get some damage out of it. Just want to hit those two. She's going after. Oh, she's putting a shield on. Okay. Dang it. Oh my gosh. That Smilodon. Wow. We might not actually be able to do this. We got the stun on the sister. This one's so close to dead, but I don't know if we're gonna last. Oh man, it's almost dead. I guess we gotta kill it.
I'll just have
Kinda want to
resort
get
to
Kane on the other
blow.
one. If the Smilodon kills Kane next, then we're probably done. But anything we can do to prevent that from happening. Shield of Faith. Kane's got a lot less AC than either of those two. They both just got destroyed. We could try the prayer. Probably gonna come after Bruin, actually. We need to move him back. We could try the rainbow pattern again and maybe get this one dazed. Color spray, actually, maybe is just a better idea. Okay, good. We got it. We get turn to try to kill it. Big thunder call again. Be great to get the days on her. Oh yes, okay. I think we got to work on the tree ant. Good. Leopard, nice. Kane really needs a big hit here.
No fear.
Come on. Yes. Alright. Yes. Now, we might be able to kill it. Bruin, I think, needs to just take a shot.
A solid plan.
Yes. Come on. Comes down to Alora. Do we just color spray again, though, and try to daze it again? Magic missile's probably not going to kill it. It is shaken. We could try the Phantasmal Killer. Does shaken that affect its will save? -2 penalty on attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks. Wow, this feels risky, but I'm gonna try it. Phantasmal Killer. Got 8 damage out of it. Well, it's something, I guess. Hopefully Kane doesn't die. Probably should have just like...
Oh. Retreat this
Oh my god.
unexpected.
Well, we might be able to get him back up, but... Let's see if we can kill that with the Thunder Call. I'm not as worried about the Nymph. Get rid of them. Yes, okay. Alright. We should be alright. And Leopard. Okay. If we could get a big enough heal on that, on Kane, might be able to get him back up. Good. She is going to get a turn before him. Alora. The rainbow pattern could take her out for a turn. Maybe we just move in for color spray. she do? Rave Enfeeblement on Kane. Okay. We could try to hold person. Oh, man. Come on, Leopard, let's get a trip. The trip on her. Can stand up. Drink a potion. Actually, we could drink a vanish potion. Maybe make sure she doesn't target him.
Time for a clever approach.
Okay, Bruin. Let's. Here, we can use this for a heal on Kane. Alora, we need something. What's gonna actually hit on her? I guess we could try the rainbow pattern. I don't know if it's any more likely to hit though than color spray, which we could actually get stun from. Nope. She's using the Ray of Enfeeblement. I think we just got a Thunder Call here. At least get some damage. None of our crowd control spells are hitting. We might have killed her by now if we would have just gone for damage. Alright, Kane. Get over there. End this here.
You've made your choice.
Ugh.
Forwards.
Okay, let's use the Burning Arc. Gonna get another turn. Maybe we'll get attack of opportunity. Everybody's just getting enfeebled. Leopard. Okay, Kane. Here and now.
So it comes to this.
Ugh. He's blind. That's why. We do have like a pure blindness scroll, I think, somewhere. That. Here we go. We have blindness. We might as well try it. If Kane could hit her once, he would kill her. Laura. And I wish we could daze her with the rainbow pattern just so she doesn't get a turn here. No. Kane blind again. Alright, Thunder Call. She's low. Oh, we got the stun. Good. Okay. I know you can't see Kane, but she's right there in front of you.
I'll just have to resort to brute
Good.
force.
Okay. Alright. We've once again conquered the monsters at Bald Hilltop. This update. That hasn't updated yet. But I'm sure it will eventually. Okay. Well, we did a lot of kingdom stuff, but we took care of Bald Hilltop once again. But we have a new main quest to work on. Oh, it's interesting. This still shows up as in the Troll Trouble quest, Candlemere. We need to go there as well, but we need to go have the hunting party, and we still have the companion quests. We never got to Lindsay's printing press, so I want to do that as well, but we kind of got sidetracked here with Bald Hilltop. I'm assuming this will update eventually, probably when we leave and go back to Tuskdale. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.